بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وأهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. We are in the book, The Last Luminary and Ways to Delve into the Light, and we are on responsibility number 55, which is the Wilayah of the Imam. He says the true believers must supplicate that Allah bestows the Wilayah, the mastership of Imam Zaman, Ajallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, upon them, and that they are granted the ability to gain true faith, love, and obedience to the Imam, and that these characteristics are increased within them. One must be serious and earnest in this supplication and must take this as something important. Walayat of Imma alayhi salam, the 12 Imams, is very important, because we see in Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, يَوْمَ نَدْعُ كُلَّ أَنَاسٍ بِإِمَامِهِمْ. Remember the day when we will call you with your Imam. Then whoever is given his book in his right hand, they shall read their book, and they will not be dealt with unjustly. This is Surah 17, Ayat 71. So we also believe that this is one of the fundamentals of our faith, is walayat. We see that Alama Mudaffar says in Aqad Imamiyah that we believe that imamat is one of the fundamentals of Islam, usul ad-din, and that man's faith can never be complete without belief in it. Also, we have hadith from Imam Rida alayhi salam, where he was he was on his way to Nisabur. When people asked for his advice, he said, La ilaha illallah is my fortress. This is a hadith al-Qudsi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that he says, La ilaha illallah is my fortress, saying that there is no God but Allah is my fortress. Whoever enters my fortress is safe. And then he went to leave, and he said, but with conditions. And one of those conditions is I am one of those conditions, meaning that accepting the Imam is one of those conditions. We see that Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, he says that about this, how will it be when we will bring forth a people from every people a witness, and bring you as a witness over these witnesses. Surah 4, Ayat 41. Tafsir Ayashi says that Imam Bakr alayhi salam says, the witness from every nation is its hujjah, its proof, which are the prophets and their successors, and the witness above these proofs is the prophet. And Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, this verse particularly refers to the nation of the prophet. In every era, an imam from amongst us is a witness upon them, and the Holy Prophet is a witness upon us. So we see that also the Prophet, he says, sallallahu alaihi wa he said that the person who dies not knowing the Imam of their time has died a death of ignorance. And we see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says He will call us, it says, يَوْمَ نَدْعُ كُلَّ أُنَاسٍ بِإِمَامِهِمْ. The day when He will call us with our Imam. We have to know who our Imams are, who the one Allah appointed for us. When He says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu ata'ayyu Allah wa atiyu rasul wa ulul amr minkum. In Surah Nisa, Ayat 59, that, O you who believe, obey Allah and obey the Messenger and those in charge of authority amongst you. So, knowing about walayat is very important. And the one who does not accept the Imams, they reject the Imams, their fate is not good. We see here, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, the one who accepts all of the Imams but denies Imam Mahdi is like the one who accepts all the prophets but denies Prophet Muhammad. So it's very serious. Also, we see that Imam Mahdi alayhi salam himself has said, have you not heard the word of Allah? O believers, obey Allah and the Prophet and those in authority amongst you. Has Allah ordained anything except what is stable and constant up until the day of resurrection? Do you not see that Allah made shelters for you to seek refuge in and flags to get guided from the time of Adam alayhi salam to the previous Imam, Imam Hassan al-Askari alayhi salam? Whenever a flag disappeared, another flag appeared. When one star disappeared, another star rose. So when Allah turned his soul, Imam Hassan al-Askari's soul, back toward himself, you wrongly assumed that Allah disconnected the medium between himself and his creations. Nay, never at all has or would this happen till the day of resurrection, and the order of Allah gets manifested whether they like it or they do not like it. The author of the book says, the happiness of the true believer is contained within this wilayat. Faith, love, and obedience to the Imam, and the more the wilayah is made stronger and increases in the heart, so too the status and rank of a true believer in the presence of Allah will also increase. Thus the closeness of Allah will also increase. Our belief in Allah is incomplete without wilayat. We have to accept usul al-din, we have to accept the essentials of the religion. And we see that Imam Ali alayhi salam is reported to have said, if a man worships Allah between the rukn and the maqam, and he fasts every single day of his entire existence without believing in our wilayat, he will not benefit in any way. Imam Bakr alayhi salam says, the person who serves Allah according to a religion, so putting himself in great inconvenience and hardship for it, and does not have an Imam fixed by Allah, then his endeavor is unaccepted and he is lost, gone astray, and a wandering person in a state of perplexity. Allah is the enemy to his practices, and his example is that of a sheep that has lost her shepherd and herd, wandering here and there all day long. And by Allah, similarly in this ummah too, anybody who starts a morning in a condition that he doesn't believe in the Imam appointed by Allah, an Imam that is apparent, evident, just, and equitable, he will start the morning in a condition that he is gone astray and perplexed. And if he dies in this very condition, he will die of death of kufr and nifaq. This is the sayings of Imams alayhimus salam. So we have to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to accept the wilayat of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam and the rest of the Imam, the 12 Imams, and to cling fastly to the wilayat. The author, he says, since the way to achieve this wilayah is only possible through the power of Allah, and it is out of the realm of a person to acquire it on his own, meaning he needs tawfiq from Allah, divine privilege, to accept this wilayat. He said the only way to achieve this is to request it from Allah, to truly want to know the path of obedience to Allah. How can I follow that path? And it is through what the Prophet has left us in Hadith al-Thaqalain. I leave behind you two weighty things, the Book of Allah and my Ahlul Bayt. And whoever holds on to these two will not go astray after me. We want to stay on the right path. We say, Ihdina siratal mustaqim. We need to ask Allah to allow us to accept those who are guiding us on the right path. Allow us to accept the guidance that He has given us through them, the successors of the Prophet. He said the attainment of the wilayah and faith in the Imam and other things such as these, even things such as knowledge and sustenance, all are issues which are related to the essence of Allah and are out of the power of people to acquire without the help of Allah. Allah is Ar-Razaq. He is the one who provides us with sustenance. He is the one who provides us with knowledge. We put effort, but it is twofold thing. We need to put our effort in to seek it and to work for it, but we also have to ask Allah to grant us that knowledge, grant us our sustenance. Not that we can just go get it independently of Him. We always depend on Him. Even we see in Quran, Allah has told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say, Rabbi zidni ilma, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. So if the Prophet has to depend on Allah and ask Allah to increase him in knowledge. We should also follow this and follow the Prophet's way and ask Allah, Rabbi zidni ilma, to my Lord increase me in knowledge. Bahaqqa Muhammad wa ali Muhammad alayhi salam, by the right of Muhammad and ali Muhammad. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase our love for the Imams and to increase our belief in the Wilayah of the 12 Imams and help us to learn more about them and to spread their teachings to others. Inshallah ta'ala. Allahumma ajjal waliyaka al-faraj.